Two words I'll share with you: compassion and tolerance. If we continue to tolerate people living on our streets, it not only hurts the homeless, it tears apart neighborhoods and local businesses. Our compassion turns into frustration, then anger. Well, tonight, an Unsheltered Truth, an up-close look at theft, trash, and trouble.
Hello, it's the police. You know anything about this green bike out here? It's torn apart?
No.
It's right next to your tent. You don't know anything about it?
No.
What about this electric bike?
Officer Dave Sanders knows the homeless by the tents they live in and by the bikes they steal.
Well, they steal them so they can get around to commit more crimes, typically. It's transportation, but if you have a bike, you have a getaway vehicle, you can, go break into a car and then ride off.
He also knows the homeless by the drugs they use.
You got a loaded syringe right next to your hand there. You want to squirt it out in the dirt here and we'll call it good?
On this visit, Officer Sanders recovers a $1,500 electric bike and another stolen bike broken into pieces. For Officer Sanders, it's an unending cycle of theft.
And then often what we find is when we arrest these folks with stolen bikes, then we get a backpack full of electronics and car prowl items.
Not far away, under a freeway overpass, I visit another homeless camp where they've been operating a bike chop shop. I'm immediately confronted by someone who doesn't want me or the camera there.
Get that off me before I take it off you.
What's that?
The camera.
No. We quickly leave before things turn ugly.
If someone is committing crime, it is crime. Homelessness is here, crime is here.
Bill Russell has worked with Portland's homeless for almost 30 years. He heads up Union Gospel Mission.
The fact that crime's being committed by a homeless person doesn't change the fact that it's a crime and it needs to be interdicted on a criminal level.
Theft is one problem, health and safety is another.
People actually literally pooping in our stoop, urinating on our front door. It's literally an everyday problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Eric Bowler owns 3 Old Town businesses.
The city has an agency you call for that, right?
Right, they're called Clean and Safe.
And what do they do exactly?
They're responsive and they come and they help, but it's really just putting a Band-Aid on a much worse problem.
It's a problem faced by other business owners. Last fall, one downtown jewelry store owner finally moved.
We have piles of excrement at the door, or we have vomit. We've had spit down the door that we have to take care of.
Her store cameras capturing this scene over and over, a person defecating in front of her store in the middle of the day. She had had enough.
I've been here 29 years in Old Town at Union Gospel Mission, and it still offends me highly. It bothers me deeply when someone defecates on the streets. It's like that's a sign of the dehumanization of the problem at an intolerable level.
You guys are clean and safe? Hey, we're just doing a story on you guys.
During our walk around Old Town, we run into 2 Clean and Safe officers.
If someone's sleeping in a doorway or if someone's gone to the bathroom in the thing, then how do you guys respond to that?
Just a second.
I think they're getting a call.
Oh, sorry. You just got a call?
As they walk away, Eric points to the doorway of one of his businesses.
This is the entrance to my business right here, yeah. Clearly this person's cold. They don't have proper cover. It's not warm out today.
So we just saw Clean and Safe walk by.
They walked right by, yeah.
But they couldn't address this.
Right. Even though I have a trespass agreement filed with the city.
Unless they get a specific complaint, the problem is ignored.
Do you think that's right?
I don't think so, no. Because how can I be here 24 hours a day making sure the neighborhood is safe?
It's not just Portland's Old Town district or downtown. This business at Northwest 18th and Thurman has dealt with the problem for years.
There was a prostitution ring being run out of a tent across the street where there was literally guys with numbers waiting for their turn to go into the tent.
Seth Longacre owns this shoe and apparel store.
We've had guys running guns out of an abandoned car that they were sleeping in.
On a business trip to Reno last year, Seth was surprised to see the city council there discussing homeless camps.
On the docket that day for the city council meeting was basically in big bold letters, the gist of the meeting was how to make Reno not become like Portland, or not how to go down the path that Portland is going down.
As lifelong Portland residents and business owners, Eric and Seth think bold and new solutions to the homeless problem have been paralyzed by years of local politics and ideas that don't work.
The city and the county seem to be at odds with their solutions. It's not working.
Over the last 2 decades, our elected officials have run for office debating how to deal with the homeless.
They all knew what the problems were going into it. Those problems have been the same for 20 years. They've just been spiraling out of control, and we've been kicking the can down the road for the next guy to deal with. It's just the same thing over and over and over again. We need somebody with a fresh idea who's willing to ruffle some feathers.
And acceptable housing is going to start with a roof over everybody's head.
Meet the Feather Ruffler. Developer Homer Williams, with the support of local business owners, has launched Harbor of Hope.
Times change. And it's changed very quickly.
Tomorrow in my report, Lost Chances, New Hope, you'll see his bold new concepts to take care and house the homeless. And we take a look at a controversial decision not to turn an empty, never-used jail facility into a homeless shelter, a move many of those who work with the homeless say was a lost chance.
Look, I don't believe in making excuses, but that's an excuse, guys. You know, I don't know who's presenting the business plans on how you address the homeless population, but I know that there are bright people, energetic people here who want to do something about it.
And that's the unsheltered truth. And so tomorrow we'll look at why Portland has been so reluctant to try solutions that are actually working in other cities, and more on Oregon Harbor of Hope. We call it Lost Chances, New Hope.
Well, and there's an interesting twist. Since you put this story together, Wapato Jail may in fact still become a homeless shelter.
And it just shows the politics of all this. The owner that bought it, that was going to turn into something, sold it to another owner who's now offering up to a lease. So we'll look at that. So not all hope is lost. And then tomorrow, once again, Unsheltered Truth continues. Lost Chances, New Hope, on our 5 o'clock newscast.
And this is Jeff's 3rd installment. You can see all of his stories that have aired so far this week on KOIN.com.